obviously you sort of write who you want to be. You can't dream of ever being what your characters are, but Stasha was very fun to write. Pearl was very difficult for me to write. Her voice is clearer and it has a greater burden to bear witness in a more practical way. Like, her voice is supposed to be very lucid and immediately received in a way that Stasha's is designed to sometimes confuse very deliberately. So for some reason, writing that sort of straightforward fashion is hard for me. It's especially, I guess, with the subject matter. It is easier to write a poetic line trying to capture horror than it is to state very distinctly, this happened, it continued to happen.
What's your next book after this? What could you write about?
That's the big, I think also that might be another reason why I dragged my feet on it so long, because it can only feel to me like sort of a life's work, and that what can you do? So I've been just sort of collaging ideas, but no, it is a big question. Probably why I tried to prolong the writing process in a way. I'm not quite sure. I tend to write with like dialogue and conversations in my head between characters, and then things sort of sort themselves around that. So I do have some conversations in mind and a sort of general idea setting, but I think it's hard to imagine not being attracted to the same themes over and over again. And trauma, as you were saying, is a big theme that I keep returning to. So that's not something I'm able to leave behind even now. You expect to be able to leave it behind, and you find that you can't.
Were your characters based on any real people?
No, they weren't specifically based on real people, though I could look through my source material, Children of the Flames, and you can see glimmers of them. Like, part of the initial inspiration for the book came from reading this one statement by an 11-year-old boy where he said that all the children in the zoo were given these little pocket knives that they could use to cut their bread. And the pocket knives were very dull, so the Nazis, it was presumed there was no threat to give these children these useless little pocket knives. And this 11-year-old boy just made this statement saying that he kept sharpening that pocket knife over and over because he swore that when the time came, he was going to take at least one Nazi with him. And it was just a remarkable thing for me to read, and that created a character, but they're definitely not based on specific people. They're supposed to stand more as tributes to specific figures. So there are doctors that are inspired by real people, and the twins are, of course, supposed to stand in tribute to the children who became subjects.
Register if you haven't bought one yet, please do. And if you give us just 2 minutes, we'll just turn this right around and set up so we can go forward with the signing. Sounds good? Great, awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much for coming.